we may follow him down there as well. Who knows if we don't get the answer here?
So, to me, that's...
You know what the point is? You've got the challenge.
Hello.
Hello.
All right.
I've spoken to you a few times before. We had a discussion over at the school in regards to Eastway Primary. You opened that, do you remember? About the racist vans that the Conservatives are having now. What I wanted to talk to you about today, though, was you've blocked me on Twitter, you've stopped me from contacting you via Facebook. My reason was, why did you vote to protect historic child abusers?
I didn't.
You did. It says it quite clearly here. The Official Secrets Act, Defence of Disclosure of Historic Child Abuse. Now, what that amendment was to allow people who were previously under the Official Secrets Act to come forward without threat of being prosecuted or breaking the law. Is that right?
Look, I take.
It's a simple question. The amendment, what the amendment would have done was allow people who are in trouble through child abuse or who knew about official MPs involved in child abuse, would have given them the opportunity to come forward without fear of prosecution under the Official Secrets Act.
Yeah.
And the Official Secrets Act is being used at the moment as a tool to prevent these people being prosecuted. And you know, I've written to you, I've done everything.
I'm afraid the Official Secrets Act is not a reason why anybody can't come forward. The authorities have been incredibly clear about that. And hold on, and the Home Secretary's been very clear about that. The amendment,
have had no definite answers.
I've heard the definite answers myself, and the amendment itself, the amendment in question wouldn't have had that effect.
So what was the amendment for?
And so the amendment wouldn't have worked in the way that those supporting the amendment wanted it to work. And look, child sex abuse is an incredibly serious offence, and we are doing everything necessary to uncover it.
I spoke to you about Leon Britton, and I told you about Leon Britton, and you stood up in Parliament after Jim Hook made his statement about Leon Britton being involved during the miners' strike and why the miners weren't interested in following anything that was coming out of government or Whitehall. And you stood up and you defended Leon Britton, and yet now he is under investigation for historic child abuse.
Well, he's died actually. So, and what I said then was that the accusations that were made were disgusting. You look at my
and you compared it to Jimmy Savile accusations, but you also said that it was Jim Hood had his priorities wrong. He said we were in
a debate about something completely different, and so anyway, so I've made, as I said, all of these things need to be investigated properly and fully.
But you're not doing anything to stand up. You haven't stood up. I've asked you. I've said to you about Tom Watson standing up with a number of MPs to stand up and say, look, this is not acceptable. We cannot have people in government being protected for heinous crimes like child abuse, and that is what's happening.
And they're not.
They have been with Cyril Smith, Leon Britton.
I'm really sorry. These things are historic. They are now being investigated.
And you think it's still not going on now?
Of course we are tackling these things. And we've investigated them before.
How many days has the child abuse inquiry been waiting to get going?
Well, you know why? Because we've got to make sure that everybody is on side with who's on that inquiry.
No, because you've repeatedly selected people that are unsuitable for the job in order to delay the investigation till it goes past the election, so that you lot can sit pretty until after the election, then all hell can break loose. You are mugging everybody off, and you're doing a disservice to the survivors.
No.
You have a responsibility as an MP to look after the people, not just these people,
I have a responsibility. You don't just shout at me.
I'm not shouting
Yes,
at
you are. I have a responsibility to make sure that very serious issues in the past are dealt with properly, accurately and fairly, and that is exactly what we're doing. And making sure we get the right people in the inquiry is vital, and taking the victims groups with us is important, and making sure that all of these things are looked at is the right thing to do.
So what sort of a message did you think it sent?
Thank you very much.
No, what sort of a message did you think it sent to survivors when you blocked a bill that would have offered the police and the security services protection for giving witness statements?
No such bill was blocked.
It says here, it's an amendment. The Official Secrets Act, Disclosure of Historic Child Abuse Inquiry. I won't go in.
Right.